I'm doing a review on the Scantronic Ion R30 alarm kit. What you get with the kit is you get a wireless sounder, you get a main control box, you get a keypad for controlling the alarm, you get 3 PIRs in the kit. You get these little proxy tags, you get 5 of them, which then you can press up against the keypad and you can set and unset the alarms. You just keep that on your key ring. Instead of punching the code, you just press that against the pad and it will set and unset it. And then you get a wireless door connection kit, which you can screw to your door for a wireless door contact. Now I've been looking at getting a wireless alarm kit, and I looked at Yale kits and I looked at Honeywell kits, and I know like the Yale kit is about Screwfix. I think I've got it at 430 quid, and to be honest, you don't get a lot with it. It looks pretty rubbish. What they supply, I think that you get 2 PIRs, a door contact, and it looks pretty rubbish. Now this Scantronic Ion, if you have a look, electrical wholesalers are selling this kit for 290 quid. That's the cheapest that I found it, and I thought to myself, I'll order the kit, have a go at fitting it myself. I thought if I'm struggling, I can always get an alarm company to come and help me, sort of thing. But to be honest, I've ordered the kit, which I'll go through all the separate parts, and it looks pretty straightforward. So what I'll do, I'll start with the sounder. Now the sounder is a wireless sounder, and it's got self-contained battery. So all you've got to do is screw that up on the wall, 3 screws, and that's literally all you've got to do. Now the batteries come with the sounder, and these batteries are about 25 quid, and they reckon that the batteries last about 3 to 4 years. So, you know, they're not too bad. The sounder looks pretty good quality actually. It's all sealed, and I know I've looked at reviews on sounders on sort of the internet, on Google, and people are always saying, oh, you know, the contacts go rusty and all this sort of thing, and they're not very well made. They always look fairly cheap, don't they? But I'll tell you what, this looks quite a decent sounder. Now, when you get it, all you've got to do is just connect these terminals to them terminals to make it live, to connect your batteries. You get these little jumper terminals, which you can pull in and out and move about, and then that gives you different you can do different things with the sounder. So, i.e. the time, by moving the jumper terminals, you can make the time go from, it'll do 5 seconds, or 3 minutes, or 15 minutes. You can have the strobe. It's got a strobe which you can either have on or off. It's also got anti-jamming, which you can have on or off. So the system, if it thinks it's being jammed, then reports that back to the main control box, and it will set the alarm off. Because it's a wireless system, if somebody's trying to jam it, this will detect it. So it's really, you know, pretty high tech really. And you get these what they call comfort LEDs. So once it's screwed up on the wall, it flashes back and forth to show a burglar that it's live. So that's the wireless sounder, and I reckon that's pretty good, pretty well made, fairly happy with that. The next thing you get is the main control box. Now the main control box, the idea of this is that you screw it somewhere out of the way, so your would-be burglar can't get at it. It's all wireless. These little things are the aerials, which go off to the PIR and go off to the sounder. And so you basically screw this somewhere in your loft space, somewhere out of the way, and all you've got to do with this is to get some power onto here to power the transformer. So you want to get your ring main, put a joint box on, go to a spur unit, and then go from your spur unit with a bit of flex and power them terminals to power your transformer. It doesn't come with a battery. You need to order a 7 amp hour 12 volt battery that sits in there. I've just ordered one, and they're about 15 quid, so you need to order one of them. The only wiring that you need to do, because it is a wireless system, apart from the mains, is you need to take one cable from here to the control pad. Now the control pad's wired, so what you need is a 4-core cable from here to that control pad, so you can program it and get it to work. But that's the only wiring you've got to do. There is an option where you can have a wired sounder, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've ordered another sounder which is wired, which is similar to that, but it's a wired one. So I'm going to have 2 sounders, one wired, one wireless. And the idea is that I've ordered a 100-metre roll of 6-core alarm cable, because you need, if you're going to have the wired sounder, you need a 5-core cable from here to the wired sounder, and you need a 4-core cable from here to the control pad. So obviously, if you get a 6-core cable, you're fine, you're covered. Just use 4 cores and then cut 2 out when you connect it to the wireless to the keypad. Now it all looks pretty good quality. The only other thing as well is there's a Ethernet input, so you can take an Ethernet cable from here to your modem, and then you can control the alarm on your phone. You can download an app, and basically if the alarm's triggered, then it sends a message to the app and it alerts you that the alarm's triggered. You can set the alarm, turn it on, turn it off from your phone. You can get a wireless dongle which you can connect to here if you don't want to have to run an Ethernet cable back to your modem. I've ordered that, and a wireless dongle cable is about 35 to 40 quid. So you need one of them. So I guess the thing is, it's like with these alarms, you think to yourself, alright, it's 290 quid. It seems a lot cheaper than having a Yale or whatever. But then again, there's a lot of extra things you've got to buy. So you've got to buy a lid for the sounder, which is 7 quid. It doesn't come with a lid. You've got to buy a battery to sort of backup battery to power this, which say are about 15 quid. You need a roll of cable. So there's a few things there's a few things you've got to buy. But I tell you what, it all looks pretty good quality. It looks pretty well made. I know this Eaton, they make like Buzzman fuses and things like that, so it's a good company, and it looks a really well made alarm box. So anyway, that's that. Then you've got your control pad. All you've got to do with your control pad is just screw that on the wall. That's got a little internal sounder as well. But basically all your control pad does is you can set your alarm with a code, or I say it comes with 5 of these little proxy tags which you can program, and then you can just use them, put them in your key ring and just press it against that and it goes beep and it turns it on and off, and that's pretty straightforward. So that's that. You get a door contact as well in the kit, so all you've got to do with door contact is just screw that onto your door, probably on your main entrance door, and then that's wireless as well, so then that'll send a signal back saying your door's been opened and closed, and you get that. That's one of them little proxy tags that you press against the sounder. And then the last thing you get is 3 of these PIRs in the kit, and I tell you what, they're quite heavy. They look really well made, and they look a bit like they're like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. I think they look quite groovy. I think a would-be burglar looking through your window seeing that and think, oh, you've got quite a decent alarm kit, you know what I mean? It's not like a cheap rubbish one. I'll show you inside. The PIRs, say, are wireless, and they come preloaded with 2 AA batteries, and you get these little tabs. All you've got to do is just pull the paper out, and then the PIR's live. All I did to fix them was just get a 5mm drill out the plastic on here, and then 2 screws, roll plug them into the corners of your room. Simple as that. It's got an anti-tamper, so if somebody takes the PIR off to fiddle with it, it'll go off. But say that they're quite heavy, they look like quite a good quality unit. So the kit comes with 3 PIRs, but I've already screwed them up on the wall, and this is one that I ordered from eBay as an extra one. And actually, if you have a look on eBay, there's quite a lot of Scantronic stuff on eBay, and I think I paid 20 quid for this PIR. And if you order them from an wholesaler, they're anywhere between sort of 55 quid to about 80 quid. So they are quite expensive. So what I would say is maybe have a think about your PIR positionings and don't get too mad. You know, they say now they put them in a hallway or a landing. You know, you maybe only need sort of 3, 4, maybe. You know, but that's what I'm going to do with this review. Is I'm doing a video now, unboxing video, and then I shall do a fitting video. I shall do a using video, and then maybe in a year's time, I will do a sort of see how I got on a year later video. So that's all I'm doing for now. Okay, thanks.